Hi, this is Ava from Soul GPS. Welcome. Why do narcissists, psychopaths, or people who have malignant stage borderline personality disorder, why do they love bomb? Well, the purpose is twofold. One is they want to hook you, and two, they want to groom you. The hooking needs to happen fairly quickly, so they move in very fast. They're going to tell you things within just hours of meeting you, like, "You're my soulmate, and I've been waiting to meet you all my life. Where have you been? And I need you. I want you. You understand me like no one else. You see me like no one else. You're amazing. I want to marry you. I want to have children with you." You can't love somebody after just meeting them. You know, it doesn't happen. You can feel lust towards them, or you can feel attraction towards them. And these people are really good at knowing how to evoke those feelings in you. They know how to stimulate the attachment mechanism in you and make you open up quickly and want to share in the heart energy space with them. But of course, that pathway is only onefold, because what they're giving you is not love. But they want love from you. They want your emotional energy, because they themselves don't have it. They are fractured. They're broken at their core. And they want things that they know that they can't have. And once they realize that they can't have what they want, that you possess, they're going to get very, very angry. And they will start to destroy you and tear you down. But the beginning is always amazing, right? It's fairy tale, it's whirlwind. You're like, oh my God, what's going on? Who is this person? And you may even feel like it's too much, like it's too sweet, to the point where you're nauseous, when you're getting a million messages on your phone and you're getting called up all the time, and this person seems like they can't live without you. And it's a little weird, maybe it's a little childish almost, but there's something in you that goes, it's kind of nice to feel needed. It's kind of nice, like nobody's ever told me this, right? And it makes you reminisce about it. It's similar to what we hear about on TV. It's the fairy tale, right? It's what all the movies talk about. It's this thing that we all want, because life and existence is full of ups and downs. Reality isn't always easy to deal with, and especially for the narcissist or the psychopath, who does not know how to deal with reality, and they want everything to be perfect. They want you to be perfect. And whenever they encounter challenges, they get very angry. They rage, they argue, they harm, because they want things to be the way that they want them to be. They are stuck in an early stage of development of magical thinking, which is basically, if I think this, that means that that's true. They feel like what they can create with their minds is instant reality, and you should subscribe to it. You should comply, right? So this is not normal, to quote unquote fall in love within a day or a week or even a month. Love takes time to develop. This is something that's done on purpose, and you need to know this. You need to awaken from the trance of believing that this person who did this to you had a positive intent, or was really poor and misunderstood and so hurt, and you're the only person who understood and could help them. It's a form of manipulation meant to suck you into their game. So you need to know this. So they are very good at something called mirroring. And mirroring is what they use in order to groom you. So they find out what it is that you want. And in general, they do know a little bit about psychology, just enough so that what they tell you seems plausible. It seems true. It seems like, oh, they know what they're talking about. So you begin to believe them. You begin to trust them. You put their trust in their hands. Maybe your self-esteem isn't yet fully developed. Maybe your self-confidence is compromised. That's a perfect opportunity for a person like that to strike and target you and ensnare you into their trap. Because it's actually something that person that I was involved with at the time, who had psychopathic traits, if not was a full-blown psychopath, told me was, I always go for the birds with broken wings, right? They see the people who need help. They see the people who are suffering, who need something, and they swoon in, and they're the answer to your prayers. That's how they get you hooked. Now, the mirroring is the grooming. So what they do is they find out what you want, find out what you need, and they're going to give it to you and give it to you in bounds, right? To the point when you're like, whoa, I'm so full, this feels good. If you need money, they're going to pay for everything. If you need affection and sexual energy, if that's what you're craving because you've been lonely for so long, they're going to be the best lover you've ever had. Not really, but they're going to make you feel and believe that because you're going to feel them everywhere. They're going to want to be with you all the time, right? Your phone is going to be just blowing up. If they want help, they're going to offer you help. See, they're going to give you all the things that they will want you to give back to them once they feel like they've had you secured, like you are hooked, like you've bitten the hook, like it's all in you. Their tentacles are deep in you. Now they can afford to move away and begin to make you miss them. And they were going to test that. Like, what if I don't talk to you for a day or two? What if the texts start to come with less frequency? What if I bring in another person into the mixture and begin a triangulation process to make them jealous? So you start to now get envious, and now you want your energy back. You want the early stage to be back. You want that affection back. You want those things to be back, because in life we crave consistency. That's what love is supposed to be. It's consistent. In this case, it's a lot of give and then it's a lot of take. It's the high and then the crash. It's the roller coaster, right? The first bumps are really big, and then what happens is there's less highs and more lows. Because truly they don't care. All they want is to give you what you want for a short period of time, as short as possible, so that you're hooked, so you don't guess what the true agenda is. And then they withdraw, and then they move back, and then they wait for you to come in begging to get it. At this stage, you're vulnerable to manipulation. And that's when they will turn in all sorts of tactics, very painful tactics. They will criticize. They will tell you things that are absolutely cruel, that you could not believe telling your worst enemy, because they don't have empathy and they don't have conscience. They're going to punish you with silent treatment and disappearing, sometimes for days. And then they're going to blame it on you and tell you it was all your fault. So this is what they do. They love punishing. Some are very sadistic. Well, they will tell you that there's nothing you can do right. You are a worthless human being. You don't deserve them. You don't deserve to be alive. I mean, they go to these lengths. And on top of it, you should read their minds. You should know what they want and deliver regularly all the time, because otherwise they don't want you. They don't need you. You realize how incredibly damaging this is. Do you realize how your self-esteem and self-confidence is going to suffer? Do you realize the degree of a betrayal that this is? You know, when I talk to people, when I work through them, when I work with them through these things after they've been through these devastating relationships, there's so much suffering and there's so much pain that needs to be brought up to the surface, that needs to be processed. The inner architecture of this person's psyche is in ruins. It's pretty destroyed. The good news is that it can be put back together, and you can be made much stronger than you were before, because now you have the awareness, you have the experience, you have the wisdom of what this is. So yes, you can absolutely recover, you can absolutely heal from this. If you are watching this video and you suspect that you may be in a relationship with a psychopath or a narcissist, and you have been put through this much pain, get out. Get out. This is often something that happens with teenagers, right? Where what they will do is they will make you do things that you don't feel comfortable with to test your love. Like teens will ask for sex, or they will ask for you to do something illegal. So young people need to know about this, you know, because once they get what they want, once the abuser gets what they want, they will begin to devalue, they will leave, they will abandon, they will disappear, leaving a broken, bleeding heart behind, and a person betrayed. And so when these things happen early on, it piles up. It teaches us to put up with a lot of harm. So, you know, a lot of people I talk to, they wonder about, you know, so what happens to them now? They go on and they do it again, they do it to more people. Do they ever find happiness? Do they get a better life? Maybe it was me. Maybe it was all my fault. Maybe I did this. Maybe they treated me like this because I deserved it. Listen, people who harm other people, who destroy other people, they can't live a happy life. It's impossible. They're miserable, and they're going to repeat the same pattern over and over again. The key for you is to break your pattern and to realize what made you stay for so long. And generally, you know, it is because we've been programmed early on to accept this kind of behavior. It is because we've been told that we're not supposed to cry, we're not supposed to feel pain, we're supposed to smile all the time and please other people. We don't have the right to say no. All of that is not true. You do have the right to say no. You do have the right to walk away. You do have the right to say no to abuse, to say no to pain. You have the right to set boundaries and get toxicity out of your life. And that is my hope for you with this video. I hope that this was enough for you to see and to understand that what may feel like something tantalizing and incredible and a fairy tale is not a fairy tale. Love takes time to develop. Love is built on respect. Love is built on consistency. When you're in a loving relationship, you want to support the other person. You want to support their growth. You want to be there for them. That takes time to develop and different circumstances in order for you to really see how you feel about this person. So if somebody tells you that they love you shortly after they met you, don't believe them. Run. Run for the hills. And if you've been through this and if you're in the midst of suffering, know that I'm here and I hear you, and there are lots of us here. You're not alone, and you can work through this and you can heal. I've been there. I've healed. I feel much stronger now, and I understand. I understand what you're feeling. If you happen to be in Amsterdam on November 24th, I want to invite you to a workshop that I will be putting together this year. It's 2018. And if you have any questions and want more information, you can send me an email and I will be glad to answer. We'll be working through these things. We'll be looking at setting boundaries. We're going to look through the wounds that we have from our childhood and learn to deal with difficult people, especially as holidays are coming up. So more information is down below. If you are in Europe, if you happen to be in Amsterdam during that time, you're more than welcome to join our circle. I have only 10 spots and they are filling up, so let me know. I hope this video was helpful. Share with comments down below. Spread the news. Educate your friends and other people about this. Educate your kids. There are predators out there. There are bad people out there. And we have to protect our hearts. So I'm sending you lots of love, and I look forward to catching you in the comments. Thank you. Bye-bye.